Should I list my agents on my website?
You're a voice actor. You're an entrepreneur. You're a VOPRENEUR. Welcome to the Everyday VOPRENEUR podcast, your guide through the business of voiceover.
Showcase your demos on your website with a player that producers and voice seekers love, that can easily integrate with your email signature, and even offers an option for analytics so you can see who's listening. The Everyday VOPRENEUR Summer Series is proud to offer an exclusive deal with VoiceZam. Get 3 months of the base player for the price of one. See complete offer details and sign up at voicezam.com/markscott. That's voicezam.com/markscott for full details and to sign up.
The VOPRENEUR podcast. Hey, it doesn't suck.
Not as funny as Conan. Not as cute as Seth Meyers. Not as smart as Colbert. But he's one of us, and that counts for something. Here's Mark Scott, the original Everyday VOPRENEUR.
Hey, what's up, and welcome to another episode of the Everyday VOPreneur podcast, your guide through the business of voiceover. I'm Mark Scott, the original Everyday VOPreneur, here with another Summer Series episode. What is a Summer Series? These are quick hit episodes that are designed to give you one piece of actionable, practical advice that you can implement into your voiceover business immediately. And this week, we're going to be talking about agents, and more specifically, whether or not you should be listing your agents on your website. Now, before we get there, I want to remind you that the Voiceover Marketing Playbook is coming in September. If you are looking to up your marketing game, and if you have professional demos, professional training, and a professional home studio, the Voiceover Marketing Playbook is exactly what you need to get you to the next level. Playbook will be available from September 16th through the 25th, and it's going to be the final opportunity to sign up for Playbook in 2020. Details available at voiceovermarketingplaybook.com. So I get asked this question all the time, and I think it's a really good one, and there are some arguments to be made for both sides of it. Should I list my agents on my website? So let's take a look at the two sides of this coin. On one hand, I believe that there is a really good argument to be made for listing your agents somewhere on your website. And that argument is simply this. It adds an instant level of credibility to you as a voice actor. So somebody finds you through a Google search, or maybe somebody clicks onto your website because you handed them a business card, or maybe even sent them a marketing email. And as they're scrolling through your website and they're learning a little bit more about you, they're looking for social proof. They're looking for something that says this person is legit. This person is good at what they do. This person is someone that I can trust for voiceover services. Part of that is going to come from the testimonials on your website. And by the way, why you need testimonials and how to use them, the Summer Series episode number 2 is one that you're going to want to check out at VOPRENEUR.com. So once you've got your testimonials in place, though, agents listed on your website add another layer of social proof. They add another layer of credibility. They say to someone, okay, if this person's got an agent, they're probably legitimate. And so I do think that for that reason alone, there's a really good argument to be made for including agents on your website. Now, there are a couple of arguments to be made on the other side of the coin as well. One of the ones that I hear the most is, I don't want to put agents on my website because I'm worried that it's going to cost me direct opportunity. So in other words, what the person is saying, or what the argument is that's being made, is if my agents are on my website, somebody comes to my website, rather than potentially working with me directly, I'm worried that they're going to go to my agent and then I'm going to lose my 20%. Now, is that really the worst thing if you still get the job? I mean, there's that to consider. Yeah, you've got to pay your agent commission, but what if your agent negotiated a higher rate than you could have negotiated? Or what if your agent is taking care of all of the back and forth, the hassles, getting all the project details sorted out so you don't have to? Then isn't it still worth it because you're still getting the job and you're still getting paid? So to me, that's not really an argument that I'm all that worried about. And I can honestly say from my own experience, and I'm not saying that this is everybody's experience, from my own experience though, I don't know of one time that somebody has come to my website and they've reached out to my agent or agents instead of reaching out to me directly. So I don't know that it's a valid argument, but I don't know that it's one that I would be too worried about. That if your agents are on your website, people are going to go to them instead of you. And like I said, even if they do, you still get the job. I don't know. I'm still happy as long as I still get the job. One of the other arguments that has been made is I'm worried that if somebody comes to my website and they see my agents, they're immediately going to assume that they can't afford me. Because if this guy's working with agents or if this gal's working with agents, they're probably charging a lot more than any other voice actor. And again, I don't know that there's a whole lot of validity to that argument. I think that it's stressing over a problem that doesn't necessarily exist. I think that you're creating a scenario in your mind that's a negative scenario, a negative narrative, and I just don't know that there's any proof or any statistics that actually make that a reality. I mean, can I honestly say to you that nobody has ever come to my website, seen my agents listed there, and not reached out to me? No, I can't say that because they, if they did, they didn't reach out to me. But is it something that I have ever worried about one time? Not even one time. Not even one time have I sat down and thought, what if, and then played that scenario out in my head. As far as I'm concerned, having my agents listed on my website is only a good thing. Ultimately, you got to do what you decide is best for your business, but for me, I've made the decision that having that built-in level of social proof and that instant credibility because of being listed with professional agents, that offers more value than any of the potential downsides or risks that may come with it. And that is my take on whether or not you should be putting your agents on your website. Guys, thanks so much for checking out another summer series episode of the Everyday VOpreneur podcast. And I want to remind you to take a minute to subscribe anywhere fine podcasts are given away for free. That includes Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean. And I also want to say thank you so much for taking a minute to leave your reviews, especially on Apple Podcasts. Those reviews actually do help other people to find the podcast. It means a lot to me when you take a minute to do that, so I would really appreciate if you did. And by the way, if you never want to miss an episode, if you want to search through all of the archives of the podcast, you can do that on the website at VOPRENEUR.com. Thanks so much for listening. I'll catch you on the next one.
The Everyday VOpreneur podcast. Available everywhere fine podcasts are given away for free. Mostly, we think.
Showcase your demos on your website with a player that producers and voice seekers love, that can easily integrate with your email signature and even offers an option for analytics so you can see who's listening. The Everyday VOpreneur Summer Series is proud to offer an exclusive deal with VoiceZam. Get 3 months of the base player for the price of one. See complete offer details and sign up at voicezam.com/Mark Scott. That's voicezam.com/Mark Scott for full details and to sign up.
And sync.
And that's a wrap. Thanks for hanging in. Thanks for hanging out. Want more VOpreneur goodness? Jump online at VOpreneur.com.